Good morning, girls. Welcome to Sir CRR YouTube channel. Now we are going to deal with the botany paper for 4th semester students, and the paper title is Plant Physiology and Metabolism, and the topic is Physical Properties and Importance of Water from Unit 1. Introduction. Water is the main component of plant cells. So we all know that water is the main component for every living cell. It constitutes of about 70% by weight in most forms of life. It can be said that the study of plant physiology is the study of water. So 70% of weight of any life is constituted of water, and it can be said that it's no doubt in saying that study of plant physiology is nothing but the study of water, because water is a universal solvent and all the life processes are involved with water. Water is the medium in which diffusion of solutes takes place in plant cells. So diffusion is the most important phenomena in plant cells for their survival. So the diffusion of those solutes takes place in the water. It is a solvent in which mineral nutrients enter into a plant from the soil solution and are transported throughout the plant in aqueous medium. So it is the solvent in which all the minerals of the soil get dissolved. So if the minerals get dissolved in water only, then it is easy for its translocation to various parts of the plant. It is a medium in which many biochemical reactions occur. It also imparts turgidity to the plant cells. Turgidity is nothing but the vigor or tightness of a cell. So if a cell is turgid only, then the shape of the cell will be maintained, and that turgidic nature of the cell is imparted by water molecules. It provides mechanical support and rigidity to the plant cells. So mechanical support as well as rigidity, flexibility, hardness, everything is due to water molecules. Several movements of plant parts, such as folding of leaflets in sensitive plants, opening and closing of flowers, and stomatal movements of leaves, are due to water only. So most of the movements exhibited by the plant parts, like folding of leaves, so Mimosa pudica. Similarly, opening and closing of flowers, and also opening and closing of stomata during water movements, closing and openings of leaf pores, etc., are due to water only. In actively growing land plants, water continuity exists from the soil through the plant to the evaporation sites in leaves. So, in actively growing terrestrial plants, water's continuity has to be maintained from the soil to the top of a tree. So, in long trees or in huge trees, water continuity should be maintained as a water column. As we suck a cool drink from a cool drink bottle through a straw, continuity of the drink is maintained from the bottom of the bottle to our mouth. Similarly, here also the continuity of water will be maintained from the soil, from the bottom of the soil to the top of the tree, leaves that are present towards the sky at the edges. So this is maintained mainly due to water column. Water is transparent. This enables the sunlight to reach the chloroplasts within the leaves and to reach plants submerged at depths in lakes and oceans. So the water also enables the sunlight to reach the chloroplasts and also the plants which are submerged in deep lakes, seas and oceans. It is source of oxygen evolved in photosynthesis and hydrogen used for carbon dioxide reduction. It's a metabolic end product in respiration process. So not only every phenomenon, every biological activity, photosynthesis, carbon dioxide reduction, carbon assimilation processes, respiration process, all these are maintained with the help of water molecules only. Coming to the structure of water molecules. The shape of a water molecule is that of an isosceles triangle. So we all know the shape of an isosceles triangle. So the water structure of water molecule also resembles the shape of an isosceles triangle. It can form hydrogen bonds which gives shape to water as a whole. So let's see the structure of water molecule. So this is the basic structure of water molecule. Two hydrogens linked up with oxygen. So it forms hydrogen bonds which gives its characteristic shape. One single water molecule can form bonds with four other water molecules. So one single water molecule, as we have seen in the previous diagram, it has the ability to form bonds with four other water molecules in four different directions. So giving it a definite shape. So it's in the form of a hexagon or as in a tetrahedral shape. The V shape of the water molecules helps to form a variety of configurations. That is, water can form into ice, snowflakes, supercooled water, etc. The structure of water molecule is asymmetrical, containing hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. The intermolecular OH distance is nearly 0.099 nanometers and HOH angle is approximately 105 degrees. So this is approximately 105 degrees. This is OH and this is HOH bond. So the intermolecular OH distance is 0.099 nanometers. The positively charged hydrogens are attracted towards the negatively charged oxygens in neighboring water molecules, thus resulting in hydrogen bonding between water molecules. So these hydrogens, they form bonds with oxygens which are present in the adjacent water molecule. So this single water molecule, it has the ability to form bonds with four other water molecules. We have already learned that. And this hydrogen can also form bonds with oxygen of adjacent water molecule. So as a result, all these water molecules are hydrogen bonded with each other. It results in each water molecule being surrounded by four other water molecules. The negatively charged oxygen atoms being attached to the neighboring positively charged protons. So these bonds are formed between negatively charged oxygen and positively charged hydrogen atoms of one molecule, water molecule with its adjacent water molecules. The link between proton and the neighboring oxygen atoms is called hydrogen bond. So the OH bond, it is denoted as OH bond. Coming to properties of water and their role in plant life. Water is a colorless, tasteless, odorless solvent and it exists in three forms, in all the three: gaseous, liquid and solid state. The most important properties of water which acts as thermostabilizers are high heat of vaporization, high specific heat and high heat of fusion. So these are all the important properties of water. And it also shows high boiling point, that is 100 degrees centigrade, freezing point 0 degrees centigrade, high surface tension, tensile strength, specific gravity, high heat of conductivity, etc. All these are the properties of water. Water with its high specific heat helps to maintain internal temperature of plants. So water, as it is having high specific heat, it helps, this specific nature helps to maintain internal temperature of the plants. Water acts like a buffer which is best suited to maintain constant temperature. And also high heat of latent vaporization nature of water also promotes cooling or stabilizes the temperature state. The heat loss due to evaporation of water regulates or controls the temperature variations. So, due to evaporation, we all know that water evaporates. So, the evaporation of water in plants occurs through the leaf surfaces. And this phenomenon of water evaporation helps in regulating the water balance within the plant cells. So, if there is lot of water, then it opens the stomatal pores of leaf surfaces and evaporation process occurs. And if there is water scarcity, if there is less water in the plant, then the stomatal pores will be closed, so that water balance within the plant is maintained and the evaporation process is slowed down. In this way, this heat loss due to evaporation helps in regulating the water balance in different temperature conditions. Specific gravity or density of water increases at 4 degrees centigrade and it solidifies and forms ice only at 0 degrees centigrade. High surface tension of water is linked to the cohesive property of water, and cohesive property is nothing but the ability of water molecules to quickly break and reform hydrogen bonds, which gives the cohesive property of water. So, the way of easily breaking and again quickly reforming the hydrogen bonds in water is linked with the cohesive property of water. And you learn in depth about this adhesive and cohesive properties of water in our later topics in this first unit. High surface tension and adhesive property of water promotes the capillary movement of water. So the surface tension as well as adhesive property, it promotes capillary movement of water within the plant. High tensile strength helps in movement of water in upward direction in the xylem. This is seen in ascent of sap. Water is an universal solvent. Electrolytes dissolved in water readily ionize by virtue of their charged nature. So all the electrolytes, they get dissolved in water and they readily ionize because all those particles are charged. Water is a weak electrolyte. In pure water, the molecular concentration of water is 55.5 moles per liter. pH of pure water is 7, which influences many biochemical and biological reactions within the plant species. So all these are properties of water and in brief the structure of water molecules. This is just an introduction topic, and let's go in detail into other topics in our next PPTs. Thank you.